Suli here today speaking with us at StudentVoice about his work, his take on education. As you said, your name's Suli Breaks. Is that your real name or is that?
This is my real name as far as everybody else watching is concerned, innit?
Okay.
But my birth name is actually Daryl Lamoko, but people don't really call me that anymore. So it's kind of like, when you have a nickname, then when this becomes accustomed to calling you that. So my name's actually Suli, that's my name. So no one calls me that, one calls me Suli, and the breaks came at a later date. So everyone around the house or the area just calls me Suli, and if not, it's Suli Breaks,
And how old are you?
I'm 20-something.
He's 20-something. Okay, so how did you get into spoken word?
It was kind of like, I've always been the kind of person who's been creative and enjoyed writing from a certain, to expressing means, innit? So it's always been there, kind of innate in the background. It never really came to the forefront until I was in my final year of university. Not final year, between my second and final year of university, the opportunity presented itself for me to step on the stage and perform because they wanted me to contribute towards an event. And the only way I felt I could contribute was by doing something within that realm, that region of spoken word. So I got on the stage and I did it, and people responded to it well. And then kind of, it's a confidence booster, so I just wrote very secret and private until another opportunity presented itself at another event, and I performed there. And then kind of finishing uni, it kind of just became something that I wanted to pursue avidly, just something that I wanted to do.
So this is what you've been doing now, this is what...
Yeah, since I graduated, since I graduated. Prior to that, I had lots of jobs in between, like, at the time, like cleaning, all them, when you're hustling, it kind of just evolved to a point where it is now.
And this is your passion, this is definitely something that you see yourself doing?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, we've expanded into different regions, I think it's, I wouldn't want to just limit myself to the capacity of spoken word or music or whatever. I have a very entrepreneurial mindset as well, so anything that can expand or it can take me outside of that I speak as well, so anything through that.
How did I Will Not Let an Exam Result Decide My Fate come about? Because I've got like a crazy amount of hits, it's very popular, it's very powerful.
I think it just came from a student perspective, you being a student, anybody being a student, and understanding the weight of exam results and how much they weigh on your mind, how much they mean. And I just think people focus on that so much, they never really look at it in a universal context, or they never look at it as how their whole life is not going to be defined just by getting a simple letter or number. Obviously the implications of it mean a lot, you know what I mean? But I didn't want you to focus so much on that single digit and that number, and it wasn't just from a negative standpoint, also from a positive standpoint. You can get an A, and just because you get an A in a subject doesn't mean that's the subject you want to do for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? A lot of people made that mistake. So I wanted people to know their potential outside the context of these results and these numbers, and that was it. Just knowing your potential and that it's not going to define you. There's so much more that you can achieve in the world as a whole. And that's what I kind of tried to channel within that piece when I wrote it.
Okay. What and who inspires you?
In general, I just get inspired by successful people, you know what I mean? People that are successful in their realm, people that have a legacy and made a change in the world. I have something that's really important for me is that when you see certain people like Michael Jackson, if you see a picture of him, everybody can identify who he is, and I can identify his legacy just by that picture. If you see Gandhi or Mother Teresa, you know what I mean? And it's very important for me that people leave a mark on this world, because I feel a lot of people, it's a sad story, but if my great granddad, if his picture was on the wall, I wouldn't even know who he was, you know what I mean? I think it's a very sad story. So people who have contributed to the world in that respect, it's really inspiring to me. People that have ascertained to get to the top of their respective fields, that's very inspiring for me. And then immediately around me, my aunt is a very inspirational person for me. She spent a lot of her time raising me in my formative years when I was younger. So she inspires me a lot. Having seen her go through a lot while raising us at the same time, that's inspiring. And then aside from that, life in general, you know what I mean? You wanting to be in a certain position and coming from a certain background, and you wanting to ascertain to get to that level, that's a big inspiration.